Hey, it's Samantha, and this is Ever After Adventures, where we chase the magic, outsmart the chaos, and make Disney work for us. So let's rope drop this. All right, I need you to picture this. It's July, you're in Disney, it's 94 degrees, but it feels like 107. Your kids are sticky, your iced coffee's gone, and somehow you've already spent $80 and it's not even noon. And then you see a sign. Pass holder exclusive lounge, 40% off dining, special summer perks. And you're like, wait, this might save my day. But here's the question no one's asking. Is Disney helping you or giving you a prettier way to spend more money? Because this week, Disney dropped their full summer pass holder days lineup, which is May through July. So today, we're breaking this down like a strategy. We're going park by park, perk by perk, what it is, what it actually means, and what's worth your time. So quick vibe check. If you like knowing what's actually worth it before you get there, you're in the right place. So let's start with the pixie dust. What Disney got right. Let's start with the breakdown because there is some good stuff here. Let's start in Epcot, the MVP this summer. This is where Disney went all in. Here is what you're getting. Daily pass holder lounge in Morocco, snacks, water, seating, 11 to 7. Meeting a Disney character, 11 to 7. 20% off merch at Creation Shop. Exclusive cake pop at Caramel Kusha, popcorn bucket, and tumbler access. And then we have 40% off dining Monday to Thursday at Beer Garden, Garden Grill, Coral Reef. And this is key. Epcot already is a linger park, so Disney's basically saying stay longer, but we'll make it easier. And honestly, the lounge alone, that's a win. If you've ever tried to just sit in Epcot in the summer, you know it's really not a thing. And really, every time I go to the park, being a pass holder or DVC always makes me jealous that they have lounge access, especially in the summer. So I feel as though those are really good perks at Epcot if you are an annual pass holder. Let's hop over to Magic Kingdom and see if we feel the same. So here's what you're getting. You're going to get the access to the popcorn bucket in the City Hall area, 20% off dining Monday to Thursday at Crystal Palace and Be Our Guest. And then the 20% off also is included with the Joffrey's Coffee Challenge, which I'll get into later. However, I personally think 20% off Be Our Guest is like a really great deal, especially if you're already planning to go. When we went, that was one of our more expensive meals, and getting 20% off, that's a lot. Hopping over to Hollywood Studios, they have the popcorn bucket near Brown Derby, pass holder tumbler. Again, you can do the Joffrey's Coffee Challenge over there, and that's it. So that one's kind of minimal. I don't think that one obviously is as worth it as maybe the other two are. Animal Kingdom, popcorn bucket, tumbler, 40% off dining Monday to Thursday at Tusker House and Tiffin's. Now, this is interesting because Tiffin's is one of the best restaurants in Disney, but people skip it because of the price. 40% off changes that whole conversation. And so I would love to know if people are thinking about going to Tiffin's now that it's 40% off. Like, it's going to be, I mean, I would definitely go. And then we can't forget about Disney Springs. Again, this is more of a while you were there situation, popcorn bucket and the Joffrey's Coffee Challenge. So let's talk a little bit about resorts. We have 40% off dining Monday to Thursday at Boat Rights, Cape May Cafe, which we love. Whispering Canyon, also Toledo. And this is sneaky good because this is how you escape the parks without losing your day. We are definitely a family that goes out to eat a lot. So 40% off would really be very much worth it. If you're thinking about getting annual passes, that's something to definitely think about. If you're going in June and July, if you're like, well, it might not be worth it. But if you're going to some of these restaurants, you have to factor in those discounts into it. So that's something super important. So let's move into the plot twist, what this actually is. Okay, now let's zoom out because here's the truth. The entire rollout is designed around one thing. It's time in the park equals money. So let me show you how. The lounge strategy, the lounge, even though we like to think is just about comfort, it's not. It's about resetting so you can stay longer. Because what usually happens is that you get hot, you get overwhelmed, you leave early, and then you stop spending. Disney said, what if we can stop that from happening? And honestly, that is smart. So now instead of going if you're an annual pass holder that lives locally or you're an annual pass holder that's staying off property, you are now maybe going to use that lounge and you will stay longer than you would have. The dining discounts, 40% off sounds huge, and it really, really is. But here's what it does psychologically. You justify your sit down meal that you wouldn't normally do. So, like I said earlier, like Tiffin's maybe wouldn't be on our radar, but if there's 40% off, then yeah, let's go. Or Cape May Cafe is one we've been to a bunch of times. And like, do we need to go again? No, but hey, listen, if there's a discount, I'm in. The meals are going to take you 60 to 90 minutes, and now you're deeper into your day. And now you're buying more snacks, more drinks, more lightning lanes. So if you look at it in that way, it's not a discount. It's kind of a time anchor because you're saying, again, you're doing that reset. If you, for example, again, I'll just use Epcot and Cape May Cafe. If you leave Epcot, walk to Cape May Cafe, get something there, and then you can go back into Epcot. It's right there. Or if you're in Magic Kingdom, you go to Be Our Guest, you sit down for the hour and a half. Now you're able to kind of reset and stay a little longer, which they're getting money. Now let's get into the popcorn bucket trap. I need to say this clearly. I need to tell myself this also clearly. The popcorn bucket is not a perk. The refill habit is the perk, though, for Disney, because once you have it, you're like, well, we already bought it. We might as well refill it. And now you're in a loop. I love a good popcorn bucket. Like, I get one every Halloween that we go down. It's kind of a staple for us now, a Halloween decoration. We don't really refill it. So I'm not buying it in that sense of like, we're going to get refills. But, I think it's something to think about that you're going to say, oh, this is an easy snack, but like maybe you wouldn't be getting so many refills, or you're like trying to make it worthwhile. But again, I'm not going to hate on the pretty popcorn buckets. So you do you. So new is this year is also the Joffrey's Coffee Challenge. And this is one to watch. It deserves its own moment because at first glance, like it sounds cute, like, oh, fun, a little coffee scavenger hunt. But what it actually is, a multi-location coffee crawl around Disney World. Now, I love a good bar crawl around Disney World. But from June 1st to June 31st, you're going to be able to do a Joffrey's coffee crawl. You purchase specific drinks at different Joffrey's locations, track your progress, typically via a guide or your mobile. Complete it, unlock a reward, usually an exclusive drink or item, which is pretty cool. So again, that's like, what do we kind of do today? If you're an annual pass holder, you're hopping to different parks. So it's not just grab a coffee, it's move across parks, trying multiple specialty drinks. You're going to keep going back. Again, it's a loop. And honestly, if you're a coffee person like myself, this could be fun. Like genuinely, if I was an annual pass holder living close by, I would totally do this. Trying different drinks around the parks. This is very adult Epcot energy. So I feel as though it could be something fun. But again, going into that money thing, like maybe you weren't going to hop to Hollywood Studios today, and now you're getting a coffee and a snack, or maybe you weren't going to go to Magic Kingdom today, now you're getting a coffee and you're getting a souvenir. So again, while these things are wonderful perks, there's always some sort of back to it. So let's go to the magic moment, how to actually use this. This is where we're going to flip the script because you can use this to your advantage. I know I talked about the disadvantage kind of it, but let's talk about the advantage. The anchor and add-on strategy. Let's start there. Every day you can have one anchor, which is your priority, and you can add 1 to 2 perks. So for example, on Epcot Day, your anchor is going to be Remy and Frozen. Your add-on is going to be the lounge and discounted dining. And that's it. You don't have to do all 7 perks. You don't have to do everything. You don't have to say, oh my gosh, I'm going this day. I need to go complete the Joffrey's coffee challenge, and I need to go to Cape May for breakfast. I need to go to Be Our Guest for dinner. I need to go to, just you don't have to do them all. You do your rides, you add it into your day. But like I said, it's kind of when you start planning your whole day around these perks is where Disney is getting the money that they wanted. Use the lounge like a pro. That's another thing. Don't wait before you're exhausted. You want to go before you're exhausted. Maybe ideal times is like 11:30 to 1 so you can reset your day. And you might think like, well, why would I go sit somewhere if I'm not tired? You're going to relax, you're going to enjoy, and then all of a sudden you're going to be able to go through the day a little bit longer. You can also stack resort dining. So this is going to be a secret weapon. Instead of staying in the park, you can leave around 3 to 4 and you can go to a resort restaurant for 40% off. And then you can come back refreshed for evening rides or fireworks, and you're going to be avoiding that peak heat and crowds. While I know I said earlier that that's the whole point of what it's doing, but the reality is if you are going to eat, I would highly recommend one of those, going to a resort one. And then this way you can rest, relax, and then you can go back for fireworks, but don't spend, which is going to be my last one. Pick one fun spend. If you want a popcorn bucket, get it. Like I said, I get one every Halloween time, but that's your one. Bucket, tumbler, snacks, and challenge. Like, just pick one. That would be great. So if I were you, I'd stop treating Disney like a checklist, because that is where people lose. To kind of go a little bit off topic, we are getting right out of spring break, or we're in the middle of spring break. And so many people I know are going for like the first time, or have gone for the first time. And it was like a checklist. We got to go here, we got to go there, we got to go there. And I have been victim of that for many, many years of my life, until I realized there is another way. But the whole part of going to Disney is the magic of it. And there's so much more than just the rides or the restaurants. Having a combination of everything is super important. You don't want to have this checklist and then you want to try to maximize every perk, hit every ride, get every snack. And then you're like, why was this so stressful? I just saw someone saying like they had the most stressful Disney trip. And I'm like, you didn't quite plan it right. You've turned your vacation into a performance, which is what happens to a lot of people. So instead, like always, this can be to not just these VIP pass holder perks to anything. Decide what actually matters to you. Let everything else be optional. And here's the big one. Just because Disney offers it doesn't mean you need it. That is where you win with Disney. So with that, it's a little bit of a shorter episode. Disney gave us perks this summer. Some are great, some are strategic, but the real magic is knowing the difference. Use what works, ignore what doesn't. Keep the magic, skip the chaos, and I'll meet you on Main Street.